So let's watch this video. We're going to talk about it, and then we're gonna get to the good part. Well, this is kind of what the show is based off of today. He's calling this his walk away story. So it says, wow, registered Democrat will be voting for Trump on November 5th. This is a powerful video. His emotion and story will bring you to tears. So I watched this one this morning. It is fairly emotional. I didn't cry, but you can feel it. You can feel his sincerity here. So let's watch this. Let's see if I can speed it up a bit. Save us some time. So here it is. 4 minutes. It'll probably be about 3 minutes.
Oh, champ.
Oh.
I'm a registered Democrat.
Oh, I put it on 0.25. That's why. I thought my computer was bugging out there. Okay, let's try this again.
Hello, my name is Eli Beauchamp. I'm a registered Democrat, and I have been a registered Democrat all my life. By now, you might have heard that Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are running a joy campaign. Now, you know what would bring a lot of joy to my life? Lower prices at the gas pump, lower prices at the grocery store, affordable housing for my family, affordable housing for everyday Americans. But what did we get in return? A wide open border at our southern border. Millions of embedded illegal immigrants waltzing right into our country. They get food stamps, they get cash assistance, they get relocation and housing assistance. And what do everyday Americans get? We get kicked to the curb. Well, guess what? You might even think I'm a racist. But my wife is a legal immigrant. And so far, we have spent over $10,000 for her to be here legally. How dare you go and insult us by just allowing millions to waltz right in while we have done everything the right way? See, on November 5th, I'm going to cast my ballot with a lot of joy for Donald J. Trump. And yes, just like me, many other registered Democrats, independents, millions of Americans, we're going to be casting our ballot. But in my case, it's going to be motivated by anger. I'm angry that after my daughter got out of BPK, she only asked for one thing, to go to a water park. But I had to decide whether I would take my 5-year-old daughter to a water park or feed my family. I decided to feed my family. We haven't gone on any vacations. We're living paycheck to paycheck. We can barely make ends meet. While you're giving all this money away to foreign wars, you're giving all this money away to illegal immigrants, while us taxpayers are having to flip the bill. And you might think, maybe, why am I angry? Because it's sad to say that for many Americans, you have even taken our will to live. You have taken everything from us. But on November 5th, we're coming out in droves. And you have no idea how big that silent majority might be. Because we're coming out. Because if Donald Trump does just one thing, I'll be happy. I just want him to tear the system down. That's all I'm asking. For him to tear the system down. The system that's tearing my family apart. The system that's tearing everyday Americans apart. We're tired. And we're not going to take it no more. We're going to come out on November 5th. And we're going to cast our vote for Donald J. Trump. And maybe that will be your rude awakening.
Pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy that we've let the government take away, what did he say, our will to live? Because I feel like there's millions, tens of millions, probably hundreds of millions of people who feel that way right now. They're not all making videos and putting it out there for everybody to see, but that's how a lot of people are feeling right now, that exact same anger towards the system. And kind of what I want to talk about in terms of this video specifically is that I do think that Trump, speaking of Trump, the guy got shot at again on the weekend and nobody seems to give a shit, which is just wild to me. There's so much chaos in the world right now that this man's been shot at twice in the last month or month and a half. And it's hardly making the news. But with Trump, I do think that he will be a much, much, much superior option to Kamala Harris. But there's nothing that Trump can do either. There's no politician on the planet who can take the system that we have right now and fix it. And the reason I say that Trump is going to be a much better option is because I don't think that he's going down the same path that we've always gone down. And if you look at historically his 4-year term and the things that he did in there, they were to break away from that system. There's a lot of things put in place, a lot of steps taken backwards in the last 4 years. But he doesn't want it to continue. That's the thing. He's talked about this many different times, including taking down the central banks, taking down the government in terms of reducing the size of it significantly. But it's not even Trump. That's not going to be the best option here. The best thing that everybody can be doing right now is taking their time and energy from that system. Because it's not Kamala Harris. It's not Tim Walz or whatever his name is, Tampon Tim. It's not them. They're just people out there who the puppet masters put in play there. It has nothing to do with them. Kamala Harris couldn't tell you the economic policy of her house, probably. Like, these people are the dumbest people on the planet. They have nothing to do with it. It's the system. And they're going to keep going along with that system. And the best thing that anybody could do right now is not vote for Kamala or Trump, but just get some Bitcoin. And start with getting some Bitcoin. Start taking your energy away from that system that he's talking about. He wants to bring down the system with Trump. Yes, I think that will help. It will accelerate it. But I think that the best thing that we can do right now is get Bitcoin. Opt out of that system with Bitcoin. And again, I'm not telling you to go out and text all your friends, text all your family members. They're going to get it eventually. The thing that we need to do is we need to look after ourselves. We need to get as much as we can right now. We need to take as much time as we can from that system, and not as much attention away from that system as we can. Lead by example with that. Get Bitcoin. And then when friends and family realize the importance and the need for Bitcoin and understand that Bitcoin is the cure of this system, it's not Trump or Harris. The cure here is Bitcoin. Taking away the centralization, taking away their ability to print money, and taking their ability to put this on people. Taking away somebody's will to live just to line your own pockets is where we are right now. And it is the most disgusting thing. We're going to look back on this time in history as probably the darkest times. Even though we have all these advancements, technological advancements, medical advancements, everything should be getting easier for us because we have to do less work. We have AI, we have robotics, we have everything we need. But somehow we're working more and getting less. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Everybody's feeling it. Very few people understand the real problem here. The root of this cause is the fiat system. It's not politicians. It's the system. So Bitcoin is the cure. Trump is not the cure. Harris is definitely not the cure.